A beautiful day. The sun rises and casts its rays on everything that exists below it. You casually walk through the park while listening to music, not knowing what awaits you next. Suddenly, something covers the rays that warmed you until a moment ago, and darkness descends. A strong wind and the screams of the surrounding people indicates that something is about to happen. You look into the air, and what do you see? Big, awful-looking clouds are coming your way. Your day is slowly being ruined as enormous lightning and thunder descend from the sky near you. You don't know what is happening because a few moments ago, the day was beautiful and carefree. Tingles run through you. You shiver as you slowly begin to realize what Mother Nature has gotten you into. You have walked into a huge storm. Take cover and watch this video until the end, because we're going to tell you all about storms. Let's start from the beginning. What is a storm? Storms are atmospheric disturbances that cause severe weather, including hail, tornadoes, heavy rain and snow, strong winds, lightning, and thunder. There are calmer storms that provide much-needed rainfall for aquatic life, plants, and animals. Examples of these storms are rainstorms. Yet storms may also be quite harmful. High winds, heavy rain, and waves from hurricanes pound islands and coasts. Blizzards and thunderstorms can result in flooding and hazardous travel conditions. Lightning and hail both have the potential to start brush fires during thunderstorms. Tornadoes have the power to rip anything in their path to pieces. You can watch our previous video about tornadoes to see what they actually do. We started with some basics, and now we're moving on to a bit more in-depth information about storms. What causes storms? Moisture, rising unstable air that keeps rising when given a push, and a lifting mechanism to offer the nudge are the three essential components needed for a thunderstorm to begin. The Earth's surface is heated by the sun, and this heats the air above it. This heated surface air will continue to rise as long as it weighs less and remains warmer than the surrounding air. Hills, mountains, or regions where warm or cold and wet or dry air bump together can generate rising motion. Heat is transferred from the Earth's surface to the higher atmosphere as the air rises. That is the process of convection. It starts to cool, dissipates its heat, condenses, and transforms into a cloud of water vapor. Eventually, the cloud moves higher into regions with below freezing temperatures. Several kinds of ice particles can form from freezing liquid drips when a storm climbs into chilly air. By gathering smaller liquid drops that haven't yet frozen, and by condensing vapor, like frost, the ice particles can develop a state called supercooled. Although two ice particles typically bounce off of each other when they encounter, one particle has the ability to rip off a little piece of the other and seize some electrical charge. A bolt of lightning is produced by several of these impacts, which also produce the sound waves we associate with thunder. They are caused by quite a few patterns. It's a public secret that maybe people can cause them with some kind of machines, but so far nothing more detailed about it is known. Time will tell. Until then, let's find out where they appear, purely for our safety. Where do storms occur? Nearly all parts of the planet are known to have thunderstorms. While they are uncommon in the polar regions and hardly ever in latitudes higher than 50 degrees north and 50 degrees south, thus the world's temperature and tropical regions are more likely to see thunderstorms. The Florida Peninsula, more than 80 thunderstorm days a year, with some regions seeing over 100, the Gulf Coast, 60 to 90 days per year, and the mountains of New Mexico, where thunderstorm activity is at its highest in the United States, 50 to 80 days per year. 20 to 60 thunderstorm days per year are typical for Central Europe and Asia. According to estimates, there are around 1,800 thunderstorms active at any given time across the planet. We all wonder how to recognize the formation of a storm so that we can act in time. Don't worry, we got you covered. Thunderstorm formation. Thunderstorms may form at any time of the year across the majority of the United States, but they are more common in the warmer spring, summer, and fall months. Thunderstorm creation requires three basic components that are moisture, an unstable atmosphere, and a method to get the atmosphere moving. To create thunderstorm clouds and precipitation, moisture is required. The majority of American summertime regions have enough moisture to produce thunderstorms if the other elements are available. Thunderstorms prefer southern U.S. regions during the winter because there is more moisture there. But southern winds, linked to well-developed storm systems, may transport enough moisture northward to produce thunderstorms at any time of the year, even during the dead of winter. The formation of thunderstorms is significantly influenced by the stability, or more specifically, the instability, of the atmosphere. Clouds are made of rising air, and thunderstorms are made of quickly rising air. Air has to become buoyant in relation to the surrounding air in order to climb quickly. Air near the ground can become buoyant and rise quickly through the atmosphere when the atmosphere is unstable. In general, the atmosphere is more unstable the closer it is to the Earth's surface and the colder it is up in the sky. Moisture close to the ground, in addition to temperature, can influence how unstable the atmosphere is. Something that will cause the atmosphere to move is required as the third component for the genesis of thunderstorms. This might be a border of some kind, such as a front, solar heating, or cooling above. After a thunderstorm has formed, it will keep producing boundaries that might produce other storms. The afternoon in the summer is when thunderstorms often form, since the sun is heating the air close to the ground. Warm air bubbles will ascend if the atmosphere is unstable, resulting in clouds, precipitation, and finally, lightning. And next comes what you've all been waiting for, the biggest storm ever to hit this world. The biggest and worst storm the world has seen, according to NOAA. Super Typhoon Tip's core pressure reached 870 millibars, or 25.69 inches Hg, on October 12, 1979, the lowest sea level pressure ever recorded on Earth. Peak wind gusts during the storm's churning across the western Pacific reached 190 miles per hour, or 306 kilometers per hour. Super Typhoon Tip is famous not just for its unmatched fury, but also for its enormous size. The diameter of Tip's circulation, which was around 1,380 miles, or 2,220 kilometers across, set a record for the storm's size on Earth. The storm's enormous girth matched the distance between New York City and Dallas precisely. Before making landfall in southern Japan on October 19, 1979, Typhoon Tip gradually lost strength. The typhoon was still the most powerful to strike Honshu, the main island of Japan, in more than 10 years. 86 people lost their lives as a result of the tip, while hundreds more were hurt. A gasoline storage tank was pushed over by tip's strong winds, which started an explosion and fire that quickly swept across a U.S. Marine Corps base near Mount Fuji. Many people were hurt, according to the Associated Press, and one person was murdered. More than 20,000 homes in Japan were devastated by extensive floods, and hundreds of mudslides happened. As the storm hit, high-rise buildings in Tokyo trembled due to the strong gusts. As nice as it is to watch a storm on TV, the internet, or from afar and admire its beauty, we have to be careful with it, because in the blink of an eye, the situation can change and someone's fate may befall us. Don't think that an umbrella will save you. With it, you can only do the choreography to the song Umbrella from Rihanna. If you want to fly around the world or get wet to the skin, this is great weather for you. Jokes aside, always be safe and think one step ahead in situations like this. If you learned something new, hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.